Here's the bottom of this whole contraption, and it's where my pre-planning stalled out. Not sure how I want to go about mounting the electric motor on here. It's got this one little bracket, cast iron piece bolted on there. I found the plate. It's a 1/4 horsepower. So I hope it's enough to turn this thing. And I even forgot to put my belt on that pulley when I was putting it together. So I'm going to have to take it loose, pull the shaft out, put the belt on here, put all the belts back together, tighten all the set screws where they belong, and then figure out how far this has to be mounted down from the plate. I have measured it, and the center of this slot has to be right on this line here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I put a blue Sharpie line right there. So basically it's got to be about right there, and wherever this belt falls, it's got to be a 1/2 inch to go through here, a 1/2 inch bolt. I don't think a piece of threaded rod 1/2 inch would be strong enough to hold this. So I'm not sure what I'm planning on doing here. I'm going to have to think about it. Looky there. Got a belt on there. Actually, it was not really that hard to pull that shaft out, since I went to the trouble of milling flats where all the set screws contact. That way it didn't make a little burr edge that fought every hole it had to pull through. It pulled out real nice. I pulled it out about halfway, slipped the belt on, pushed it back through. All I had to do was loosen one of the nuts, all 4 of the nuts on the inside there, so that I could push it and just get a little bit of the tension off the belts. Now what I've done is I got a piece of cold roll flat. It's 2 by 1. I drilled and tapped 2 holes in this end and 1 hole in this end. Hopefully everything is going to work out right. I then figured out where I had to mount it and drilled 2 1/2 inch holes there. And I've got some 1/2 inch bolts and some lock washers to put through here. The holes are tapped probably at least 1.5 inches. These are going, I'm going to get some longer bolts. These are, I think these are 2 inch. I'm going to get some 2.5. I'll be right back. Okay, those bolts were 1.5 inches, and I went with 2 inch so that I can get a little bit farther in here. Now the moment of truth. What do you know, they both wind up. Now with my crazy guesstimation on the length this had to be, we hope it's tight enough on the belt. I can always shim it a little bit here to tighten it up some, but if it's too tight, I'm going to have to mill a little bit off of it, which I don't want to have to do. I just didn't think a threaded rod sticking out there that far would be strong enough to support the motor and the torque and the tension of the belt. Okay. Something to prop that up. Well, damn it. Everything I seem to touch falls on the floor. Uh-oh. Let's try it like this. Well, I don't know, might not be quite tight enough, but one of the things I had to calculate was this corner. Let me zoom you in a little. This flat side here had to fit right in the corner here. Looks like it came out pretty close. I think I'm going to move that pulley just a touch because the belt's not quite straight, and I luckily milled the slots long enough so I would have adjustment. That looks good right there. Okay, let me get my wiring fixed here, and we'll put a cord on it so I can plug it in and see if it'll run. Got the motor wired up. Everything's bolted down tight. Belt's pretty tight. These two are tight. Let's plug it in and see if everything's running the right direction. Or running at all. Looks like it's running the right direction. Everything's running. No, it's not. This is not. Oh, I forgot. I gotta tighten that pulley. I had to turn that pulley around, and I didn't get the set screw tightened back up on it. Okay, it's going to be kind of hard to see to get at, setting like this. Let me take care of this little business and we'll be right back. Don't let anyone kid you. This is heavy. I've got it sitting on my trash barrel over here. I got a piece of rusty steel I need to buff off. I've got 2 different grit buffing wire wheels on here. I want to see how fast they're spinning with that pulley I've got in there. Plus, I just want to see how fast it's spinning. Make sure they're going the right direction. I'm planning on buying 4 different wire wheels of different types so that I can get the heavy stuff and the finer stuff and what kind of finish I want. Hope it doesn't flip over. Okay, I was bearing down kind of hard on it. Neither one of these wheels is stalling out. It might be going just a tad too slow, but I could live with that. I was more afraid of it going too fast. Well, the next step is mounting it on the wall, getting some power running to it, and a switch to turn it on and off. I think while it's running, I'm going to put some grease into those bearings too.